You are listening to the Wild Man Podcast.
But
Okay, we are all set.
Sick.
awesome.
All right. Jacob, I'll let you take it away, man.
Hey guys, thank you for choosing the Wild Man Podcast. Today we are interviewing I Am Mook.
Hi, how's it going?
What's up, you guys? Yeah. Thank you for coming on to the podcast. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I am in a Barnes and Noble right now, so I do apologize if there's ambient noise and stuff like that. But yeah, it's good to see you guys here. And just tell us a little bit more about your band. Tell us a little bit about the music, how you guys got started playing, what kind of like influenced you guys to choose the genre of music that you play, and kind of what is the artistic vision of your band?
Todd, do you want me to start or?
Go ahead. Go for it.
All right. So I guess the start of this band is kind of a very weird one. And I mean, everything in this band has always happened kind of ass backwards. And Todd could probably tell you that as well.
Yeah.
So
Also.
I was in another band prior to this one, and it just wasn't like doing anything that I wanted it to do. So I started a studio project where it was just me, and I put out a few songs here and there. And then Todd eventually messaged me, and I didn't know him from Adam. And he was like, "Hey, man, would you want to do a collaboration and do some music together?" And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds good." So we ended up getting together, and we kind of pieced this thing together like just a song, a single, and it turned out pretty good. And then he kept bothering me for like I think it was like at least 2 months to be like, "Hey, man, you should probably take this out of the studio. We should make this a band and all this other stuff." That's exactly what happened. Don't fucking lie.
All right, let's get Todd's side of the story.
It was like 2 days.
No,
and he
no,
was
it
like, "Oh
wasn't.
my god, your riffs are so tasty. We have to do this." That's exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally how it happened. But that was back. This band formed together like officially with like 5 members at the time.
Mhm.
Back in June 7th. So we've only been a band for a little bit over a year.
Yeah.
Okay. And we put out our first album. That album is now not up anymore.
Mhm.
We do a lot of work, not as much work as we used to, but he's still like a pretty close friend. But his name is Grant Randall, the riff referee, if you guys know who that is.
Okay.
Yes.
But we were kind of having him as our manager, and then he was also advising us and stuff. And he kind of pulled us in this direction of your lower streaming songs, y'all should take off and then maybe put them on later so that you can maybe get some more eyes on your guys' music. And we ended up doing that with the first album. But fast forward from that first album, we put out a second one. And then we did a single with Ryan Vale of Larcenia Row.
Oh, cool.
And we put that up, and that one has taken off a lot. That has like 90 some thousand streams or something on it at this point. We put that out, and
almost a million.
Yeah, it's doing great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then, fast forward to now, we have lost quite a few members. Right now, we only have myself, Todd, he's the guitarist. I'm the vocalist. And then we have a bass guitarist named Matt Wilson who couldn't be on here tonight because he had a prior thing that he had to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, so, and now we're kind of looking for a drummer, but we've had like offer after offer of drummers, but
Yeah.
the tricky thing about drummers is it's almost like they act super interested,
Yeah.
and then they just drop off the planet, and we're like, where did
Especially
you
with
go?
Especially with extreme music, it's always like projects are starting, they like get started, and members get excited, and like you're like,
Yep.
yeah, we're gonna freaking do this, and then it's not. There was one point a long time ago, I was supposed to be in a project with Angel Ochoa and
Okay.
a drummer from Condemned, and it was going to be technical death metal, no slams or anything. We were like, it's going to be tech death, and obviously that has not gone anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see those guys again soon, but like
Yeah.
it happens a lot, and that's kind of it. Kind of, I think art kind of mirrors life in that sense. It's like there's always
Mhm.
like we're just trying our best, really, and things
Yeah.
tend to start, and then they don't pan out the way we usually plan on it to. Like you said, this project really was just kind of like almost like a side thing for you guys, and then it just suddenly
Yeah.
blossomed into something else. So,
Yeah.
what's been like the most surprising thing you've learned in the year that this project has been active?
Todd.
How algorithms work.
Yeah,
Jeez.
what is that like?
That's
So
like
you
the
don't see
most
it.
surprising thing is
Yeah.
that you put out what you think is good music, and we think it's good music, but sometimes the streams aren't there. So then you have to take those down and then boost up the other ones, and then that throws you on different playlists, and then that continues on, and
Yeah.
it's the game of the whole thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Constant
It's
negotiation.
it's
Yeah.
definitely we've kind of shifted our mindset on this band. It really started when we were getting looked at by a record label called Life or Death Records, and we were talking to them about signing a contract, and then we kind of shied away from that because it just wasn't what we were looking for.
Mhm.
um, but we learned because that's kind of how we picked up Grant Randall, because he was the artist and relations dude for Life or Death at the time.
Mhm.
Um, and we started looking at it more from like a business perspective. Like we got now we have like ASCAP accounts and stuff, and like we have like all these like different
What is that?
things.
Okay, yeah,
What's
'cause I
that?
don't even.
Oh, so it's
Or this acronym.
we're just like learning. So ASCAP, from what I understand, like you get your streaming revenue, right? Like you get
Yeah,
like, and it's not a lot. I mean, let's face it. Like,
yeah,
unfortunately, you don't get a lot for streams.
yeah.
But there's another side of it where you're missing about, I think it's like 30% of revenue that you could potentially get.
It's
And
just streaming.
basically, ASCAP it's basically for like a in-home, like, I mean, a lot of bigger artists use it too, but
Okay.
it's for like an in-home like studio recording band where you don't have money for a lawyer to like go on your behalf to like if somebody's using your music in like a, I don't know, a commercial, right? Not that
Yeah.
anyone's going to use deathcore in a commercial anytime soon, probably, which would be shocking.
All right. Things might
Um,
change soon. Things might change soon. Who knows?
yeah, yeah, I
It
don't
really
know.
is surprising actually how mainstream metal has become like in
Oh
the
yeah,
last few
no,
years.
well, yeah, because now you see Knocked Loose on Jimmy Kimmel, and then I think it was who was the other? It's the female vocalist, female fronted
Box
band.
put on there.
Spirit
Well, who was
Box
Spirit
Yeah,
blows
Box?
Spirit
that
Thank
Box.
shit
you.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, and like they sounded amazing, and people were like losing their mind. Like I love seeing that it's like starting to become a little more known.
Yeah. More people are
Um,
getting it. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
the
Yeah,
gatekeepers got heartburn, but I mean, I kind of
yeah,
understand that. I think in 10, 15 years, I'm interested to see like what people consider slam, honestly, because
yeah,
it was so different back in the early 2000s, and now it definitely has like a different sound now, and then it'll probably be unrecognizable, honestly, as time
absolutely.
goes on. But yeah, I mean, shit. Jacob, you got any questions for these guys? I've been picking their brains
So
for a second.
my
Talking about
question is, I know you guys you worked with Ryan. Is there any like major artists you guys would love to collab with?
Well,
Um,
actually,
yeah. Do you want me to go on
yeah,
that?
go ahead. Yeah.
So on the newest EP that we're having come out August 20th, Che, I know am I saying that? Is it Che?
yeah, yeah, you got it
Okay.
right.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because I thought I
Appreciate it,
said
man. Thank you.
I thought it was Jay at first, but I just wanted to
I've
make
heard it
sure I was getting
pronounced
it
every single way, man. Don't worry.
right. No, but on the newest EP that we're putting out August 20th, we have a feature with Dan Tucker from Crown Magnetar on
Crazy.
that. And then on the upcoming EP, we are doing a feature with Alex Kohler. So he's
Also
going to be,
green.
yeah,
Color.
he's going to be putting some good stuff on there. Him and I have been talking back and forth. He messaged me back today and said that he was going to give the first EP a listen to and stuff and just kind of check it out. But
Beautiful.
and we've been trying to collaborate with like some other artists. We did reach out to Tom Barber at one point.
That's
And we did find out too, which is really cool for us. And in my mind, like he kind of lives like 20 minutes away from where we live,
that's dope.
which is
Yeah, he's
pretty
local.
neat. Yeah.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
but
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I don't know if he wants that information out there, Tom.
well, I'm not telling him where he lives. I'm just saying, you know. But yeah, it's
Everything you know.
Yeah, we got
what's
juicy. It's all the juicy gossip on this
oh
one.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we'll
it's all
spill
here.
the tea. We'll spill
Yeah.
the tea for you guys. No, but I mean, if I could collaborate with any vocalist, I mean, honestly, I'm already kind of doing it. Like Alex Kohler has been, at least for deathcore, like their first self-titled album was one of my favorites.
Oh man,
And
being
you know, aside
Recreant,
from like, what's that?
everyone knows Recreant, like all that
Oh,
shit.
absolutely,
It's
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So
well,
that'd
it's
probably be mine.
deathcore.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like one of those things where it's like now that kind of music has like it's been revitalized because
Hmm.
now like MySpace revival is a thing, and
Yeah.
it's so insane. Like as somebody who's almost 40 and who lived through that, it just like I'm like looking at this, it's like, what are you guys doing? Like make something new.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good because the thing is that stuff is classic, and
Yeah.
you don't realize it at the time when you're living through it that, oh, this is going to be a classic record later on. You just don't, like I can think of like This Is Exile from Whitechapel, I
Yeah.
definitely I could say like iconic album stuff, changed a lot of things, brought in more people, you know, to that. And it's like one of those things where like during that time, this was a deathcore album, but now 10, 15 years down the line, we're looking back at like, wow, that was actually like a really fucking good, it's a classic album,
Oh yeah.
And
That's how I feel about a lot of the Suicide Silence stuff and Chelsea Grin and Oceano and you know
they
all those kind
love
of
Suicide
bands.
Silence. They all,
Yeah.
especially like that self-titled and the cleansing, like all that
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah, it's like it's they love that, worship that sound. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What kind of stuff is inspiring you when you're writing your lyrics and music?
Um, well, we've been able to kind of capitalize on our music with we kind of walk the line of being serious and not serious with our lyrics. Like everything we write is heavy, but it's not all, you know, super serious lyrics. I mean, our most popular song, the one with Ryan Vale, is about the giant cockroach from Men in Black, like
Yeah.
tearing around this, like tearing up the city looking for sugar water. That's what the song is about. So, but it seems to work out for us where the direction that we're kind of going in now is more of a serious direction. But I mean, it's kind of nice to be able to like basically write whatever you want to write about. So
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like deathcore nowadays, if you look at it, we got all these big bands coming like Nine Dead, Lacidia
mhm.
Row, Girl of Glass,
Yep,
what's it, Peacemaker.
yep,
Yep. Yeah.
Like a lot of these like heavy ass bands are coming around and like this, they're revitalizing a
yep.
genre that we all thought at one point was dead.
Yeah. Honestly, man, I feel like the band that has the sound of like the OG sound of deathcore is Psycho Frame.
Psycho Frame is
I'm
very
a
good.
massive fan of
Yeah.
Psycho Frame. They have every single thing that you could possibly want in a deathcore band for sound. And that's kind of like where we want to get to, or kind of what we're trying to mirror is that same, like everybody wants to be a part of that whole MySpace era revival because it sounds good. And now you can do it with like a more modern like mix and it sounds even better, which is amazing.
That's so much more
So
tools today. Like honestly, we didn't have like early 2000s. I don't know how old you guys are, but like yeah, like recording music like back in the early 2000s was hard. I had like Acid Pro and shit like that. It was hard.
yeah.
You didn't like, know what I'm talking about. Todd knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, we early in the early 2000s, my one of the first bands that I was in were it was called Shadow Heights out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Um, when we'd go to the studio, they would be recorded with Pro Tools,
Mhm.
but it was like the earliest version of
Yeah.
Pro Tools,
Yeah.
and it cost like $300 a song, and
Hmm.
it sounded like you were, beating in a barrel, when you got done with it. They tried to
Goofy
record like
drums.
the live cabs and all that stuff, but it's amazing what they can do with amp sims now. I mean, it's nuts what we can do with them. So
Oh yeah, like I was talking to Don from Waking the Cadaver.
Yeah.
back in the day. Like Don always talks about like how like back in the day recording wasn't that easy,
Mhm.
and
Right.
everybody made it seem like, oh, we wanted album after album. Now you see bands coming out like an album a year now, and it's just like, what the fuck?
There's so much music being released. I think they said like in a single year, it's like more than the volume of some like decades like in the past. I
Yeah.
think I believe like yeah, it is because the technology has progressed and people can record so much more easily now, and like they can get really good sounding recordings with just a computer and an interface. Whereas back then we had to go to a studio. We had to if we wanted to steal music, we had to go to the fucking record store and like actually like put that shit underneath our freaking
Exactly. Yeah.
like
And
you
like
had to
right
find
now,
you had to find a mixing engineer who knew his shit and stuff, and like, yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it costs so much money,
yeah,
especially for a local band back in the day.
yeah,
Nobody had any money. We couldn't do anything. You had to save up your paycheck for everybody had to save up their paychecks for a month just
yeah.
to get 3 songs or something like that. And then they always end up sounding like trash. But
Dude, these kids are
uh,
like recording shit on their iPhones and just like posting it. So it's
yeah,
so
and it
insane.
sounds amazing. You
Yeah,
I hate them. No, I'm kidding.
nah,
But
it's cool. It's
I
but
think
cool.
the I
we
think the
had
nice I think the nice thing for our band as well is like everybody in the band has the ability to record at home. Like we all have like our own home studios and stuff, and like I mean for me I have a nice little studio. Todd has his nice little studio. I don't know what Matt's setup looks like. I've never been to Matt's house, so
Okay, I gotta ask you guys, can you go over your rundown, like rack gear? What are you guys running? What's your DAW? All that, just all the good stuff for the nerds, please. Give it to
yeah.
us.
You want to go first, Todd?
yeah, I just run through a Ilm Audio DAW through a ThinkPad to record, but then all that's just DI stuff. Basically, I have a few Sims and stuff. I use Neural, the Tonex, and all that's DI stuff because we send it to our producer mixer.
Okay.
So it doesn't really when I'm running. It doesn't matter if the mix sounds like on my end. Basically, I get it good enough for a demo,
Yeah.
but then I send it to these guys.
You are your own engineer, pretty much.
Right. And then, if the demo sounds good enough, then we ship it on off to Brace, our mix master. But for live sound, I'm running EVH 5153 Stealth through
Yeah,
a.
I see that thing behind you, man. What kind of speakers are in it?
Oh, no, that's my iconic. This is
Oh,
just my practice up
oh
here.
snap. Okay.
That's going through a Bulgara. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. You probably can't see it, but it's just, I'm sorry, a Behringer with Bulgara speakers up here. That's what I was running live, but I'm running a Mesa now 412 with the Stealth
Mhm.
live and LTD 7 string.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm talking about. What do you guys tune to?
drop G sharp
Oh yeah.
at the moment. Some stuff is drop E, but at the moment we're drop
At
G
the
sharp.
at the moment is key because
Yeah,
Todd's always asking me, "Can we go lower?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't care. I'm not playing the instruments, man. I just yell. Doesn't matter to me."
What's your vocal chain, Thomas?
So when I'm recording in my studio, I don't really put much at all on my stuff. The only thing that I use, I have my Apollo interface, and then I have an SM 7B microphone. That's primarily how I record my vocals. And then as far as uh, plugins and stuff that I put on when we're like actually recording, I just use it's the JST gain reduction thing. And that's all that I use on it. Then I don't like. I usually throw like a little reverb on it, like in the session, because it drives me insane when vocals sound like too dry.
Yeah.
It's more for me because then when I send it to our producer, I take off the reverb so that I
Mhm.
don't like so that he can do his thing with it, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then I use Studio One for my DAW,
Very nice.
but and I don't know if Todd mentioned it, but I think he uses Reaper,
yeah,
but
yeah. I go through Reaper. Yeah,
yeah,
It's
yeah,
free, and it works. It's on. There's so many hits that use Reaper.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I mean, I've been using Reaper for 2, 3 years now. I believe, and I also have Studio One. But to be honest, I think Reaper flows a little bit better than Studio One for me, anyway, because I'm so used to using Reaper. I think it's just easier. Um, and I have all my stuff set up in Reaper, so
Yeah.
it
Oh yeah.
doesn't take long to bust out a song or two. You know?
Oh yeah, my boss introduced me to Reaper, and like lately I've been fidgeting with it because I'm a lot of people don't know. Like I've been taking lessons from Jason from Peeling Flesh,
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
and I
Nice.
like he's all like this. I want you to tune it down to low D, and I'm just like this. I'm okay. Then like I'll be like he's teaching me the basics. Then we're gonna learn everything. And
Right.
I'm just like I'm afraid I'm gonna blow a speaker up in my house because like I don't have everything set up right.
Yeah.
Oh no, man, you can't. You just push it. You know, just
Yeah,
push it.
dude.
What's the worst that can happen? You know?
Yeah. More is better.
Exactly. More is
Better.
better.
Remember
And
that for everything. More is better.
yeah. And I
Yeah.
think for the tone on this new EP that's getting ready to drop next month, which we've been doing like a slow trickle thing with the songs. We have three out now,
Mhm.
and we're about to drop another one here in a few weeks, and then the EP will come out. On the tone for this, we're running stealth with Laney cabs, I believe, and we mess with the DBs and stuff with it just to try to get a little nastier tone.
Yeah.
Try to get like a disembodied tyrant tone or something like that, I believe, and then
Well,
try to make the tone our own.
if you guys ever need like old school vocals like Jamie from I Declare War, uh, people
Love
like
that band.
that, let me know. Like Jamie was one of the first guests. Me and him talk all the time, and I
Yeah.
try to pass like, hey, you should do something with these guys. And Jamie's like, I work a 9 to 5 job. I'll do my best to get a hold of them. Then like I send Don people's like tracks, and I'm like this. What do you think of this? And Don's just like this. No, it's all right. Or he'll be out of the blue like this. That was fucking sick. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back to smoking.
Yeah, I know we're looking for at least one more vocal feature on the second EP that's coming out, which that doesn't have a date necessarily set when we're releasing the whole thing yet. But each EP is going to have 6 songs on it.
That's awesome.
So, and the first one is the song that's kicking off
Ready?
with Alex Kohler. So we're trying to come out of the gate like swinging.
Yeah, for EP2.
For EP2, yeah, sorry. But
Like it's absolutely insane to think Alex Cooler because I remember being 19, seeing
mhm.
him in Chelsea, like playing in Iowa City, where like that's only 45 minutes away, and seeing him back in the day is just like
I remember
absolutely
when he had his
crazy.
backpack. Remember his backpack era when he used to wear that backpack he'll tie up on his like back. That was like, yeah, that was like they had like 3 guitar players. That was OG shit right there, man. I'll
I
tell you
remember
what.
like
So
doing shots with like Pablo from Chelsea Grin, like when I was 19.
yeah. Well, I'm maybe that's who. So he messaged me and he said his producer's name is Pablo. So I'm assuming that's probably who that is. But I don't know who his producer is. But um, yeah, funny story for me as far as like my journey into like liking deathcore. When I was younger, like I hated deathcore. Like I could not stand the screaming. Like I didn't like it. I got into it, I think probably in my senior year of high school because the band that I was in high school, we played music that was like I don't know, like dad rock. Like think of like, Breaking Benjamin and stuff. And then
Yeah.
the vocalist, because I played guitar at the time, the vocalist was like, um, I want to do heavier stuff. And we were all like, no, we don't want to do that. And like me and the other guitarists were like, we don't want to do that. And then we got outvoted. So we started doing like more hardcore kind of music. And I started going to those shows, and that's where I fell in love with it. I was like, this is
Like,
fucking awesome.
yeah.
I love going to these shows. It's super energetic. I started getting in pits and all this other shit, and I was like, yeah, this is. And then I was like, I have to learn how to do these vocals. Like I was like dead set on it, and I think it took me at least like 2 years, maybe a year and a half to like learn. And I would like trash my throat trying to learn it, but Yeah, it was a journey. And then like, now I'm the vocalist for a deathcore band. So it's weird how it all like comes full circle. But
But we're not a good deathcore band though. So
yeah, we're terrible, especially Todd, but
yeah, the
yeah.
I was
worst.
gonna say if you guys need a guest feature, my roommate, love the guy to death. He's like well, we're only a few months apart. He's in a band called Integument,
A Tegament. I'll have
and
to look them up, or if you want to send me it, I'll listen to some of their stuff after this.
oh yeah, like he does covers of bands. His TikTok's called Sector Lost. Uh,
Okay.
he's really I pushed him to be in a band because I was like, your vocals are definitely different. Like he's been
Yeah.
doing vocal like covers and everything. I was like, this, you need to join a band. He was like, this is. I was like, get your ass out there, come on, come on. And like me and him, we're gonna do a band to get the Integument together. But I was just
Mhm.
like this. I work 9 to 5, do a podcast. I can't do a band. I'll be like, that's stretching me too far. I was like,
Yeah.
you be the only vocalist.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna leave the group chat now, and you guys have fun with each other.
Yeah, I mean, it is really hard to juggle a lot of times, like band and like, work and all the other stuff. Like for me, like it's work, family, gym, band, and then repeat, and we just do it over and over and over. I'm fortunate enough though that like I work an office job now. And like a lot of times I'm not doing anything, so I'll sit there and I'm like, what can I do for the band today? And I'll just like do a bunch of crap, like do a bunch of outreach, do a bunch of promotional stuff, just anything that I can do to like continue to try and grow this band,
Mhm.
and get it going. But yeah, it's definitely,
Multitask. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. And
You need
it's
to in this day
funny.
and age.
Well, it's funny too because like, have you guys ever heard of the dude who does I think his handle is called Bacon Bits or something?
Yes. Yes. So
Okay, so he talks a lot about like how people that do this, like even like if they're like doing well, they're still working on like a job, like a part-time job or
yeah,
something.
everybody is.
Like
Everybody is. Everybody has a job.
yeah, exactly. Even like bigger artists like that aren't like deathcore artists, this is like they're probably working a
I
job.
know someone who is toured with Metallica, is touring with Metallica, and he has a job.
Yeah,
He's
it's
touring with
crazy, and
Metallica.
it's like
It doesn't get much
it's
better than
not.
that.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like it's not like as I'm not saying like we are anywhere near these people at the moment, but like it's when you get up to that level, it's like people will tell you that are at that level. It's not as glamorous as it seems a lot of times,
Oh yeah,
So,
I definitely understand that. Like I tell a lot of people 90% of the time because like I listen to a lot of heavier podcasts like the Garza podcast and the Brutality
mhm.
podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like this. This isn't easy. I don't know where you guys think it's easy for me when I work like a typical 9 to 5 job. Then I
Hmm.
come home. I'm like this. Okay, now I have to get ready for an interview. And I remember doing like 3 in a row one day, and I was dead tired. And I
Yeah.
was like this. Well, I'm not sleeping. Like, but like I'm glad. Like I took a nap before we started this interview because
Yeah.
I was like this. Oh, I'm a little tired. It can't be that bad. And I
Yeah.
woke up and I was like, oh crap, it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I mean, if you don't love this, it's not gonna work for you because you're just gonna get burnt out, So you have to have a love for it, or it becomes a hobby. But like for us, like we don't want it to be a hobby. Like we want to make like some kind of a living off of this,
Mhm.
whatever that is, whatever that looks like. Like we love doing this. We love making music. I mean, you could ask Todd. Todd pumps out just about a song or two a day because he works from home too. And he's like, "Hey, listen to this new song I made." I'm like, "Oh my God, dude, I just listened." We have so many like in a holding bucket right now.
Yeah.
So
The
Yeah,
quality,
we have a lot.
quantity will eventually breed quality in songwriting.
absolutely, absolutely, man. And that's what seems to keep happening is like the more he writes, the better our sound gets. Because like again, like yeah, I'm not a terrible vocalist, I don't think, but at the same time, the instruments are what are driving the sound.
Mhm.
I'm just I yell and scream over these like incredible instrument things that are going on in the background, and I have no part in that, you know. So,
Hey man, on the flip side though, the human voice is the thing that every listener goes to first
oh,
because that's the,
absolutely, yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Like,
the most human thing.
I'm not saying that like
Yeah.
vocalists are. I mean, because obviously, like, let's face it, like when I think of like big deathcore bands, like I don't really know many of the like guitarists or drummers or bass guitarist names. But I know a lot of the vocalist names.
Yeah.
So, and that's just how this is. You know, that's how it is for almost every genre of music, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
Like I think the best quote I ever heard is from Vincent from the Acacia Strain.
mhm,
He's all like this, like he did the Hard Lord podcast. He said they're a mediocre band doing mid-level tours, but
mhm.
they can make a living off of it. But let's be real, the Acacia Strain's one of those bands. It's just like this. You put them all in a nutshell, they're all like, we're not that big, but you would change your mind because you see their tours, their merch all sell out. Then you
Mhm.
go on a merch sites, you're like this. Oh, I remember that shirt, and you see someone charging $125 back
Yeah,
in there. It's just
Yeah.
like, bro, that's a 2008 shirt.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's crazy, man.
speaking of a Casey Strain, I saw them at a country music venue, like
Mhm.
way back, probably 2008, 2009, and they absolutely destroyed that place, and it was amazing. It was awesome. I can't tell you another band that was on that tour with them at the moment. I just remember Casey Strain was so nuts. The
Dude,
crowd was so nuts. I was like, yes, I loved every second of it. It was awesome.
I've never seen the Acacia Strain live, but I think my favorite show I've ever been to live, and it wasn't even a sold out show. It was, and Todd, you were there too. It was that Heavy Hitter show.
Yeah.
God, man,
Oh, yeah.
Heavy
oh,
Hitter.
was Vincent there? Was
What's
he
that?
was Vincent like doing vocals for that show or something, or was it for?
No, like
For
heavy.
no, no,
Oh,
no,
Heavy
no.
Hitters.
I'm
I'm
just
so
talking
sorry.
about Heavy Hitter in general.
Okay,
Just
sorry.
yeah, yeah. He wasn't there.
Was that the
Okay.
Filth? Was that Heavy Hitter and Filth?
It was Heavy Hitter and Filth. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that was a really good show too.
Yeah.
yeah. It was a great show. But Heavy Hitter, man, they
Coma Waves, I think, was on that show.
Coma Waves is on it. Yeah. My old band was supposed to be on it, and then they dropped, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say heavy hitter right now. If you look at heavy hitter, like I didn't know, like you never know who your friends are on Facebook, Instagram, who
Mhm.
you're following, who you don't follow. And I was all like this, and I never one day like I really want to see heavy hitter on it
Yeah.
Facebook, and Austin
Mhm.
comments and said, "One day, someday, maybe." Winky face, and I was all like this. Who the hell is this guy? This sounds creepy as hell.
Dude,
And it was
Austin's a
Austin.
yeah, he's a funny dude, man. And that's the thing is like I love bands that can be like I gravitate, and this is kind of why our band is this way because I'm the one who quote unquote started it. Well, mostly it was me and Todd, but it was my studio project before we formed it into a band. But like I like bands and I gravitate towards bands that can be like off stage. They're like funny, they joke around, they're personable. Like they don't act like they're I feel
Not
like there's a big
deathcore.
stigma in deathcore where like a lot of people act like they're better than every other band just because they're doing something or having more success or I don't know. And maybe it's more than just deathcore genre, but I feel like that's a big thing. We're in a place where like almost every single comment or message or whatever, like I'm trying to interact with these people because like I know from a standpoint, if I'm a fan of a band and somebody interacts back with me, I'm not going to annoy the crap out of them, but it feels good that they talk back to you, you know? Um, and if they can joke around with you, you know, even if like I've had people send us on our social media pages because I run all of the social media pages. Like people will just randomly send me memes, and I'll watch them, and I'm like, oh, these are actually some of them are funny. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
hilarious, you know.
Yeah.
But
I think the important thing is really like with bands like Acacia Strain too, is because you're giving back to your community. So interacting with your fan base, if you nurture that, that's a garden that you can always go back to like over the years and stuff. And that's one of the things about like, going back to the Acacia Strain, kind of like Vincent, he's got a lot of good hardcore ethics. Like he's from that scene. So he brings that with him to deathcore. But I guess like I got one final question as we're wrapping this up. Like, do you guys have any messages for your fans, or like anything that you guys are excited about, any new singles that you guys whether you want your fan base to hear or to check out like right now?
I want to say, if I don't like to call people fans because I think that's weird, but I appreciate everybody that's listening to us, because our streams have gone astronomical
Yeah.
since January, and we do appreciate that. And we
Right.
just put out a new single called "Spilt Milk" less than 2 weeks ago, I think it was, but it's doing pretty well for us
Yeah.
right now as well. And we have new song called "Path of the Righteous Man" coming out in 3 weeks, I believe, and we're about to
Yeah.
shooting a video for that on Sunday, and
Yeah.
that has Brandon Watson from Misery's End on it, and Brace McKnight from Bleed Them Dry on it, and that song, I love that song to death.
Yeah,
And
that song's
we're dropping the rest of the EP with Dan Tucker on that song the week after that.
Run
yep.
those numbers up. Run those fucking numbers up. Sick.
Trying to.
Yeah. We like to
Content.
try and do, because that's another thing we've learned too over this past year is like it seems to do, like we seem to do a lot better with like people actually adding us and listening to us if we drop music once every 4 to 6 weeks. That seems to be that sweet spot.
Yeah.
And we kind of have, again, like the setup of like I have a studio, Todd has a studio, like we all have the ability to record. And then our producer is also a good like personal friend, so he does our stuff for a pretty decent price. We can pump out these songs like much faster than I feel like a lot of people can do that. So
Yeah.
we've been
There's
kind
some
of,
artists it's like that with them just numbers, and
yep.
again, like quantity will eventually, it just like at least the quality because you get so practiced. It's a practice thing,
Yep.
There's an athleticism to it. Very
Mhm.
much
And
so.
I have to say, I'm super proud of the music that we have put out for this EP so far.
Yeah,
And
same.
for what's about to drop, I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome. And I
Yeah.
can't wait for everybody to hear it. It's gonna
Yeah.
be crazy.
Well, the next three songs that are dropping, in my opinion, I think they're the heaviest songs on the EP. So like they all drop within like the same 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Week and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Excellent.
really excited too.
Yeah.
I think I sent that EP to you, Che. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to any of it, but
Definitely.
if you get a chance to,
Absolutely
you
will.
should check it out and see how it sounds. But
Yeah. Hell
it's
yeah.
it's got that one with Dan Tucker on it, and then the song, like they're all numbered, so it's like kind of flows. You can see how the flow of the EP is going to go and stuff. But yeah, super pumped about that. Super pumped about the new EP after that. And I guess really the biggest thing that we need to do is lock down on a damn drummer. It's so hard to find them though, man. I swear to God, like they're just, and if you do find a really good one, they're always in like
If
two
you
or
find a
three
really
other.
good one, send them our way. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, run those numbers up. Find him a drummer.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
right.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
Man
Yeah.
Podcast. You guys, thank you for coming on here. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all for
Thank
having us.
y'all. Yeah, thank you for having us. But
It's been real. Thank you
Yeah.
for
It's
choosing
been-
the Wild Man
Thank you.
podcast.
awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.
Y'all have a good night.
You as well.
Yeah.